So I've been giving thought to this whole 100 men versus gorilla thing. Putting aside the fact that it's not really my problem since I wouldn't be involved in such foolishness in the first place, I was a little curious to see what everyone else is signing on for. Not to mention, I spent like 20 years on the internet arguing on forums about hypotheticals like these, so I like to think I'm something of a professional. But I digress. What kind of fight is this? Are the 100 men rounded up into an arena facing a poor gorilla for, I guess, fame or glory or whatever? Are these 100 men being paid at all? Do they even want to be there? Is this for their freedom or something? Or are their families being held hostage? Are they afflicted with some sort of like bloodlust? I'm just trying to understand what compels these men to do stuff like this. I'm simply saying, motivation plays a key factor. When I think of the massive number of humans, that gives them the advantage. 100 is quite a bit. But the motivation these people feel are going to play a key role in seeing how many of them survive and avoid being, horribly mutilated. Three or four less bodies, 5 or 10 people, who aren't maimed and disfigured for life. You might not care about it if you're not one of them, but trust me, if you were one of them, I think you would very much care if you found out this could have been avoided, if people had just locked in a little bit more. And they are going to need to lock in. I don't think that anyone's just casually motivated to fight a gorilla when they don't have to, especially if there are 99 other people who can do it for you. Cooperation sounds all nice and good until you realize they want you to be one of the first people to run up on Donkey Kong. And that will to fight is likely to leave your soul the second you see a guy use a flail before being tossed into another guy like a frisbee. We're just lucky gorillas aren't into castration like chimps are, or I think that fear factor would amplify tenfold at the very least. But like, are we in a forest? Is the gorilla directly in front of us? Is this to protect the baby, or does it, does this gorilla see us as a threat? Is it gonna be sneaking around like naked snake in the forest, picking us off one by one? Is it gonna be swinging? Actually, never mind. Gorillas don't swing from trees. That's chimps. But the point is, I still think the 100 men take it. But I think terms and conditions are always really important for this kind of thing.